Great morning, beautiful people. My name is Shalita Dodson, and I am here to give you some information in regards to the great benefits of eating more whole plant foods. So, as you can see, I'm wearing this shirt that says Fit Black Vegan. Let me tell you all about it, honey. It is definitely a story and a journey. So, this story began as a child. I am a baby. I am the baby, the girl. But I also was born with some definite health conditions. I have had surgery on my large intestine or my colon. So I do have about 2 to 3 feet less of my large intestine than most humans, most individuals. So they had to remove those things at birth because I was a preemie. My mom was kind of strict per se in regards to what I was eating because it was triggering some other health conditions that I had. But growing up, later, it was I ate what I wanted. I would eat, raw hot dogs. I wouldn't even think about that now. But raw hot dogs, I would eat bread and just put butter on it and just eat it. Um, as much meat as I could take, I would eat. And that was just, I wanted the meat. I wanted the meat. And I never found nothing wrong with it. My 13th birthday, I went to Black Angus, if you remember that restaurant, and I had the porterhouse steak, the biggest on the menu, and ate it all with all the trimmings and all the extra things. And I loved it because that's what I wanted. Every birthday, I'm like, let's go to Red Lobster. Let me get the endless shrimp, and let me get all of the meat, all of the animal products because that was what I was used to, and that's what I enjoyed. But my body had different thoughts about that. I started to pick up a little bit of weight, middle school, about 13 to 14, and I had some issues with how I saw food and how food reacted to me. So I have overcame some disordered eating patterns, um, and things of, this it's an unhealthy relationship with food because food had became my friend. It had became something that I use as a coping mechanism. Fast forward to the year 2009. My daughter was around, she just turned 4, dropped her off at preschool. And I began having some chest pain, but I was like, okay, it's no problem. However, I have training as a surgical tech, so I know all about the human body, anatomy, physiology, microbiology, those things. And as I was driving to work as air traffic controller at the time, I felt the crushing in the center of the chest and uh, big running down my left arm. I knew exactly what that was. I was like, I'm having a heart attack. I need to go to the hospital. Now, mind you, across the street from my daughter's preschool was a fire station. I should have been there. I should not have drove. Do not be like me. Do not be like me. Call 911. It's there for a reason. But then there's me who just did it on her own. Don't do that. So I went, of course, thank the Lord that I made it. We're right in. They came and say, hey, they did all the different tests. My heart was large, it was twice the size. Having all the different, my blood work was through the roof for all those different things. And I stayed there about 2 days and ended up having to have an angiogram where they put um, like a tube or wire up through your femoral artery, was that thick artery in your thigh, up to your heart to check for blockages. Um, I did all the different tests, the stress tests that I failed in my wheelchair, sitting down. It was just horrible. It was terrible. After that, I was in and out of the hospital for about a good year and a half on different types of medications, lots of side effects from said medications. Um, it was a lot of things that were happening, and my body was screaming. The interesting thing is that my cardiologist at the time, he never officially told me that I had a heart attack, though that's what all the blood work showed, though that's what I felt. I knew what had happened, but he just didn't tell me. So thinking back now, it's interesting experiencing gaslighting from your physician because I was not told what was actually wrong with me, what the actual diagnosis was, though I had to read through his notes and talk with a medical professional and, you know, use Dr. Google to decipher and to interpret what was being said about my health. It was bad. So, mind you, at that time, that was in 2009, I was 28 years old. Yes, you heard me right. I was 28 years old, but I was also about 250, 255 pounds. And I knew it has something to do with the food. I'm like, maybe I should just change my diet. Maybe it's something about the food. And when I told my physician, hey, I want to go vegetarian, let's do that. And he told me no. He said no. Soy's not good for you, and other things aren't. It's not going to really work for you. So here, we're going to give you some more of this medication. And that medication had me back in the hospital with severe side effects that almost ended my life. But the Lord is kind, and I am here today to sit and talk before you. So afterwards, I was on a mission to try to get my body together, to try to lose this weight, right? So what I did is I also went keto. I did the whole low carb, high fat, high meat, very low fruit and veggies because it was just too much sugar. I did that for about 4 years. Afterwards, I got in shape. I lost a little bit of weight, and I had my son in 2013. And then by 2014, I had gained more weight after I had him. Yeah, I was an anomaly on many things. And so I'm like, this is not working. I need to get this weight off. So I had a great transformation about a year or so afterwards. This is really on it to really get my body together. But there was no real exit strategy for me. I knew it had to do with the food. I knew I needed to change what I was eating. I had great friends who were vegan and vegetarian, and I was like, I don't make any sense to me. Like, why are you doing that? Like, you're a black vegan. You are an African vegan. You're going to die, all the different things. But it never dawned on me the importance of eating proper food. So in 2019, my daughter kind of dared me, per se. Now, mind you, I live in Texas. I'm in Houston now, but I used to live in San Antonio. And my daughter's like, hey, Mom, we should do like meatless in the month of March. Absolutely not. We live in Texas. We're full of brisket and beef and all said meat. But right after I told her no, the Lord coming behind me said, actually, you're going to do the month of March. And I'm like, well, I'm going to die. Like, what's going to happen to me? And so I had to research. I was on YouTube. I was on Pinterest. I was on Instagram. I was like, I need help. What does this look like? But everything I was seeing was vegan. I'm like, we're vegetarian. We're not going that far yet. In my mind, that's what I told myself. The month of March, I went meatless. I was still having, dairy and cheese. Though I use almond milk, I use vegan butter by my ice cream and cheese. So, and that continued through the end of May of 2019. And Laura's like, okay, June 1st, you're going full vegan. I'm like, okay, all right, here we are. And it bothered me how most stereotypes regarding being a vegan or living a plant-based lifestyle, like really following that in regards to what you're consuming on a daily basis, was heavily whitewashed per se, or was highly focused in the Caucasian community, but not so much in people of color, specifically Black people. And it bothered me how those stereotypes, even that I used to believe in, was that if you were a vegan, if you did not eat meat, you were going to shrivel away and just perish. You're not going to be an athlete. Your body is going to deteriorate, and that is far from the case. It's far from the case. And so Fit Black Vegan is my mandate in the earth to get people healthy. I have incorporated, I fast, I pray, I do all of those things, but I also consume what is in the earth, what comes from the ground. And in the Black community, we are often the poster children for all health conditions. The number one health condition that ends our lives early is heart disease, followed by uh, cancers, and then different types of like high blood pressure, diabetes, and that whole list, a myriad of things. But the number one thing is heart disease, and that is what I had to walk out myself, is living with heart disease. There is nothing um, more humiliating per se to have to throw yourself against a wall to shock your heart back to a normal rhythm when it is not pumping blood properly. Um, to being on medications just because it is associated with your race, with your weight, but I never saw a dietitian. I never saw a dietitian. I asked them, I said, hey, I should do something about this. But it was always blown off, or it was just associated that, hey, you're black, you have these conditions. It is okay to eat plant food. It is okay to eat plants. You don't have to eat a heavy meat based diet. Do I think everyone should be vegan? In a perfect world, that would be great. But that's not the case. But increasing your fruit and vegetable intake is crucial to our health. Your body needs the fiber, your body needs the vitamins and minerals. Your body needs these different things to operate optimally. Many of us are chronically dehydrated. We'll drink loads and loads of coffee, loads of tea, Red Bulls, Bangs, whatever type of energy things really to get you going. But when you're not drinking enough water, you're taxing your kidneys, you're chronically constipated. And the thing is with my digestive issues of, not having my entire colon, I was also diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome. So I had to navigate through gas and bloating and all those different things of what it looks like to try to eat more plant food, eat more fiber. My body's just like, well, what is happening? Abort the mission, abort, abort. I had to push back against that and to really dive into literature and I watch documentaries and things of that nature to really give me the information that is necessary to change our lifestyle. Eating more plants does not have to be this large drawn out thing, okay? Start somewhere. You know what I mean? Meatless Monday. That was a great thing for me when I was starting, when I was just really looking at what this looked like. You can have spaghetti. Make your spaghetti without the meat, extra vegetables instead. You can eat out. There's still, there's plenty of vegetarian, vegan, and plant-based options now because it's more vast now. But the thing is, you can eat what you like. Just mix it up and just add more plants in. Have more fruit as a snack. Have more vegetables with your meal and just kind of slowly decrease to either permanently eliminate the meat altogether or just keep your portion smaller and have it kind of vary throughout the week versus you have, some sort of animal protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Variety is necessary for our bodies to thrive. So, smoothies, juices, salads, they don't have to be boring. They don't have to be boring and drowned in ranch, right? Because that was my thing. Listen, I'll have all the nice pretty veggies on it, but baby, let you give me some ranch and I am drowning that thing. To where my salad looks white, has so much dressing on it, and you can barely see that there's any there's any veggies in it. Um, it is so necessary for us as Black people to take better care of ourselves. We are often a billboard for illness, and it bothers me, it vexes me, and it's just not okay. Um, Having to go to having to go to your primary care physician and having to have this running down of all these different medications that you're on because that is normal for you is not normal. It is not normal for us to be heavy consumers and to really depend on pharmaceuticals. Yes, I believe in modern medicine. Listen, if you have a heart attack, baby, go to the hospital. Get whatever stents, whatever things that you need, but also whenever that life changing surgeries and things of that nature to do with an acute issue have occurred, it's up to you to ensure that that does not continue down the line based on what you are eating. Um, our children are experiencing overweight and obesity at such a younger age. And we are seeing them dealing with physical conditions that normally impact adults. Children in elementary school and high school being diagnosed with high blood pressure. I'm dealing with obesity, having thyroid conditions, other metabolic issues that are all these things. Most of these conditions are traced back to what we are eating. Um, one thing that I am mandated to also to let people know is that listen, eating plants is not a white thing. That is something that has to be dispelled. Oh, that's white people food. That's white people food. So it kind of creates that narrative that white people or those who are non people of color carry a better and a more sense of urgency in regards to their health, or that they care more about their health than we do. And in some cases, that is the case, but should it be? Absolutely not. Um, if you are interested in eating more plants, just start where you are. Start where you are. Eat more fruit. Find what you like and then consume it. Find more fruits and veggies that you like, but also be willing to branch out and to experiment and try new things. One thing that a lot of people want to, have questions about in regards to this lifestyle is, where do you get your protein? That's one of the most exhausting questions that everyone wants to know. Where do you get your protein? Where do you get your protein? Well, sometimes, I want to be like, hey, well, where do you get your fiber? Are you constipated? You go to the bathroom today? Have you went yesterday? Are you going every day? Are you going several times a day? If you are eating 3 times a day, you should be going to the restroom 3 times a day. Going once a day, at least you're going, but at least once or twice a day. Um, there were times when it would, I know it's TMI, but hey, we out here, right? There have been times in years past that it would be days, and I'm in excruciating pain. Um, our bodies should not have to be dependent upon laxatives and green box ballerina tea and cinnamon and all different things that can stimulate our digestive system when it should be working functionally properly on its own. I am here to advocate for you and to let you know you can do this. You can do this. Your health matters. Your legacy matters. Your longevity matters. Your mental and physical health matters. I am also a military veteran who was diagnosed with PTSD. And what I have noticed for myself since increasing my plants intake over these past going on 5 years of eating this way is that I'm able to balance my moods much better, because your gut, I have a gut feeling. That is your second brain, and that connects directly to your brain and impacts your mood. So what you're eating impacts your mood, your sleep, all of those different things that concern you, your mental health, your physical health. And it's necessary that we really advocate for ourselves in regards to, hey, let's do something different. It's okay to go against the grain and to eat more plant foods. It's okay to do something completely different than your family members. I was the first one, we still have those conversations. Oh, so what can you eat here? What can you eat here? I don't know if I can take you here because they don't have no food for you. I don't know what, all those different things. But listen, if I'm going out to eat with anyone, the first thing that I'm doing is, where are we going? So I can look at the menu so I can already know what I'm going to eat when I get there. So I can make sure I can eat something that's not French fries and like a salad that's like this big for like $10. So breaking stereotypes is the focus of the Black vegan. Like, what stereotype? When you think of Being vegan, you don't think of one who's fit. You think of one who is slim and frail and who is out hugging a tree somewhere. That's not the case. I don't do that. Some people do, but that's not me. I have competed in a bodybuilding competition in 2022 and I missed the stage. I'll be doing it again. And I did that as a vegan, of course. So able to compete and to build muscle and to and to be lean and to be on the stage with others who are in great shape also is necessary to break those different stereotypes regarding living a plant-based lifestyle and what that means, and that the highest demographic of those going into a whole food plant-based lifestyle, those who are adapting a vegetarian vegan lifestyle, are African Americans. We are leading the charge in consuming more plant foods because we're tired of being sick out here. I don't know about you, but being a stereotype, being a statistic is annoying and it's frustrating. And so it gives me great joy when I get my blood work done twice a year, because I'm just anal like that. I want to make sure that everything is in line. That when I go to see my primary care physician, that she's often shocked and just like, your numbers are lower than mine. And to where, when I've, you know, drank too much caffeine, for instance, and so my heart was racing a little bit. And I'm at the doctor's office, and they're like, "Hey, your heart rate is too low. Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine. I just had some coffee, and I'm good. I'm here because I drank too much caffeine, and just having a little bit of irregular heartbeat. So I had to watch my personal caffeine intake. And so the doctors were wondering, why are you in workout clothes? I just left the gym. I'm just here to make sure that this is okay. And their look of shock on their face is like, oh, okay, this is different. You don't have to be one to where when you are at your primary care physician or going through life that you are associated with chronic conditions that are food related. Most cancers are food related. Colon cancer is one of the most uh, devastating and one of the most invasive and very aggressive cancers in African Americans, especially in men. Prostate cancer in black men, breast cancer in black women, high blood pressure in both black men and black women, kidney disease in black women and black men from high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, which can stem from obesity and heart disease. All those things all work together. Most of these things, 95% of these things, are diet related. Your gene pool, your family history does not seal your fate. What you place in your mouth has the ability to turn on or turn off all those different health conditions. So if everyone had heart disease, you don't have to be that person if you choose a different lifestyle. If you're active, you keep your weight in a healthy range for you. If you are eating a diet that is really plant focused to where your cholesterol is lower, your fiber is higher, you're getting your omega-3 fatty acids, you're getting plenty of protein, plenty of variety to where your gut microbiome, your gut flora is happy and flourishing, then though it may have went down the family line, it can easily skip you because you have made different choices. So one thing that I offer as a Fit Black Vegan and with Fit Black Vegan is I do offer consultations for those who are like, hey, I need help. My doctor said this, what do I do? And I can walk with you and talk with you on how these different things and what can work best for you to implement more plant foods in your lifestyle. I am in the Houston area, so I do offer meal preps and juice cleanses, and I deliver those. Shipping will be coming very, very soon. I also write meal plans because I am also a personal trainer as well. And I do offer coaching for those who are just like, hey, it's going to take me a little bit. It's going to take me a couple months to try to figure this out. Can you help me? And I can walk you through it. But one thing for me is that seeing people healthy is what drives me. Helping other people to turn their lives around and to thrive and to prosper and to be in good health, even as your soul prospers, is vital and necessary to me. So eating more plant foods, start where you are, start somewhere. It doesn't, you don't have to go all in. Some can wake up and be like, oh, I'm done. Cool, great, that works for you, perfect. If it doesn't, then wean yourself as much as you would like. I also recommend for most people is if you're wanting to reduce your meat intake to go vegetarian or to eventually go full vegan, is to eliminate red meat first, pork, beef. If you like game, I used to enjoy lamb. That can, lamb and goat that can be very heavy on your digestive system, and that can take a long time to digest. It has higher fat intake, higher cholesterol intake, and then move from there. And then go to like your chicken, and then your fish, and then your dairy, and it's kind of just wean yourself off. But if you need help, reach out to me. Fit Black Vegan. You can reach me on both Instagram and on Facebook and on my website. My email address is fitblackvegan@gmail.com. I am here to help and to serve you into living your best, prosperous, and this abundant life in great health. Great health is our portion. It is necessary for us to be and to do and to walk out who God has called us to be and what He has placed in us to do. Because your family needs you healthy, your ministry needs you healthy, your mandate needs you healthy, your legacy needs you healthy, you need you healthy. And that being in good shape and being in good health is not vanity, but it is service unto the Father. And I think that we do ourselves a great disservice when we are okay with being ill, when we are okay and comfortable with being ill and being sick, versus really embracing our health and knowing that we can live a completely different existence. And I'll be honored to help and to support any and all of you and any questions that you may have in regards to living a plant focused lifestyle. And just one last tip, just because someone says that they are vegan does not mean that they are healthy. Vegan or living a whole food plant based diet means you need to eat plants, plant based, plant focused, plant foods, whole plant foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains are the focus, not the garnish. So more whole foods that you can just pick out the ground that don't have a label or an ingredient list, versus the processed vegan food that is easily acceptable, that is easily accessible, but may not be as healthy because of all the ingredients. So keep things basic and low to the ground. I pray this blessed all of you. I thank you all for your time and for your attention this morning. Have a great and fabulous day.